Harmony, they called it, a fitting name, Best Plus often thought. Nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, life moved at a slower pace here. Days were filled with warm greetings, the scent of Mrs. Peabody's apple pie cooling on windowsills, and the comforting rhythm of fireflies winking as the sun dipped below the horizon. Best Plus, with his infectious grin and heart as big as the sky, embodied the spirit of harmony. Always optimistic, always ready with a helping hand, he brightened the day of everyone he met. His laughter, clear and bright as a chime, echoed through the town square, a familiar and beloved melody. He believed in the goodness of people, the power of dreams and the magic woven into everyday moments. He spent his days helping his father at their family-owned bookstore, the Book Nook, where the scent of old paper and the promise of countless adventures filled the air. Every evening he'd stroll down to the park, guitar slung over his shoulder, to watch the sunset and strum out melodies that spoke of hope and happiness. One particularly warm afternoon, a splash of vibrant color caught Best Plus's eye. Sitting on a bench beneath his favorite old oak tree was a girl, her head bent in concentration as she sketched in a worn leather-bound book. Her dark hair cascaded down her back like a waterfall, and her fingers moved with a grace that mesmerized him. He hesitated, not wanting to disturb her, but as if sensing his presence, she looked up. Her eyes, the color of rich, dark chocolate, held a spark of curiosity as they met his. A shy smile played on her lips, and Best Plus felt his heart skip a beat. "Hi," he greeted, his voice a little breathless. "I'm Best Plus." "Sonia," she replied, her voice soft and melodic. She gestured to the sketchbook. "I'm trying to capture the way the sunlight filters through the leaves." Best Plus sat down on the bench, careful not to crowd her. He peered at her drawing, genuinely impressed by the way she'd captured the scene with such life and detail. "It's beautiful," he breathed, and he meant it. That chance meeting in the park blossomed into something special. Best Plus and Sonia found themselves drawn to each other, their conversations flowing effortlessly. They talked for hours, sharing their dreams, fears, and hopes for the future. Sonia, he learned, was an artist at heart. Her sketchbook was her constant companion, filled with sketches that revealed a unique perspective and a soul that yearned to capture the beauty around her. She dreamed of studying fine arts in Paris, a city that lived and breathed art, a city that she longed to be a part of. Best Plus, with his unwavering belief in the power of dreams, encouraged her wholeheartedly. He listened intently as she spoke of her aspirations, her eyes sparkling with passion. He saw in her a kindred spirit, someone who dared to dream big, someone who understood the importance of chasing after what set her soul on fire. Section 4. A Parisian Dream. As summer days melted into crisp autumn evenings, Sonia received news that turned her world upside down. She'd been accepted into a prestigious art program in Paris. Her dream was coming true. Yet a wave of conflicting emotions washed over her, excitement, anticipation, and a heart-wrenching pang of sadness at the thought of leaving Best Plus and everything she knew behind. She rushed to the park, her sketchbook clutched tightly in her hand, her heart pounding in her chest. She found Best Plus sitting on their bench, humming a cheerful tune as he watched the leaves dance in the wind. He looked up as she approached, his smile fading as he saw the mixture of emotions swirling in her eyes. "What is it, Sonia?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Taking a deep breath, she told him about the acceptance letter, her voice trembling with a mixture of joy and trepidation. Section 5. A Bittersweet Farewell. The news hung heavy between them, a bittersweet symphony of happiness and heartache. Best Plus, ever the optimist, pulled Sonia into a hug, his embrace filled with warmth and understanding. "This is amazing, Sonia. This is your dream," he exclaimed, his voice filled with genuine happiness for her. "But what about us?" Sonia whispered, her voice thick with emotion. They sat in silence for a moment, the weight of the impending separation settling upon them. 2 years of physical distance stretched out before them like a chasm. "We'll figure it out," Best Plus finally said, his voice firm despite the ache in his heart. 2 years is a long time, but love like ours, true love, can conquer anything. His words, filled with such conviction, soothed her heart. They spent the next few days making promises to write, to call, to keep their connection strong despite the miles that would soon separate them. The day of Sonia's departure dawned cold and grey, mirroring the heavy feeling in their hearts. Standing on the train platform, her arms wrapped tightly around Best Plus, Sonia vowed to hold on to the memory of his warmth, his unwavering support, and the love that shone in his eyes. 2 years, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. 2 years, he echoed, pressing a kiss to her forehead. And then, Paris will have to share you with me.